apply digital wall painting media, DWP, substrate on an uneven surface. Here is the list of things needed for the application. Wire brush, bench brush, pair of scissors, box cutter, water spray, sponge, and masking tape. First, we are going to start our application process using the wire brush to clean out any kind of moss, debris, and loose particles on the surface. The next step is to use the bench brush to make sure that no dust and debris is left on the wall. Remove your printed DWP substrate from the box. It is advisable to cut the DWP substrate indoors and then pack it for application. Roll out the substrate. Using a pair of scissors, cut the DWP substrate as required. Use the masking tape to make sure that your substrate is aligned correctly on the surface. Once you are happy with your alignment, tightly roll the substrate back on the top where the masking tape is applied. Apply another layer of masking tape to make sure that the substrate is firmly stuck to the surface. Now, gently remove the release liner from the back of the substrate. Make sure that the release liner is removed equally across the substrate. Now, start spraying water below the release liner on the surface. This will allow the substrate to merge onto the surface. Make sure to spray enough water onto the application surface, as DWP is a water-activated substrate. Start rolling down your DWP substrate as you are spraying water on the surface. Make sure you are being gentle and steady while rolling down the substrate. Do not pull harshly, as it may cause it to tear. As you are applying the DWP substrate, make sure to also sponge the substrate onto the wall. Sponge down the edges to avoid curling. This will help in speeding up the application process and reduce bubbles. Using the wire brush, gently pop all the air bubbles and use the sponge to press them down. Now we are going to start with panel matching. To make sure our alignment is proper, we will use the printed alignment marks that will guide us to match the substrate panels. We are going to redo the steps we followed to apply the first panel. Once you are satisfied with the alignment, you can tightly roll the print back up and follow the next steps as before. Gently and steadily roll down the substrate. While aligning the prints, you can also use your hands to match the panels so the substrate looks seamless. Once the panel is applied, use the wire brush and sponge to get rid of the bubbles. Make sure to thoroughly sponge down the edges on each panel so they merge into each other. Repeat all the steps for the last panel. The final step is to spray water onto the applied print and sponge it down. This will help in making sure that the digital wall painting media substrate is properly merged into the base surface, making it look like a real painting. Just like that, you have successfully applied DWP substrate. Thank you.